So before we ran the video, before we ran the meditation, we were talking lightheartedly about the Matrix. I did a video on here, I don't know, must be a year or so ago now, on this channel called The Matrix Within a Matrix, where I talk about two levels. The outer level matrix, the first level matrix, being this whole illusional world, just a projection of our thoughts. But within that, we've created a second matrix based on the web of lies that we've been taught since, well, thousands of years now, since Sumer and Babylon, that I discuss in my first book, which I talk about the web of lies that the whole society together that makes us believe in what I call in the second book, the game we did not devise, that we were born into. And I say there's no way to win that game. We can only, our only way out is to stop playing that game and devise a fairer one. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve with this creative visualization and with this channel.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and that's the other reason that I really like what we can do when we learn and practice meditation, because we can't control what's going on in the outside world. We really can't. But what we can control is what's going on inside our minds, our perceptions, and that whole stress, anxiety. And when people are and we're all under so much stress these days, and it's all been created to be dysfunctional, really, I think, the world we live in.
It has been,
so if we can find a way to not be living in that flight, fight, fear response all the time, that's stressed out, stuck in traffic, got to pick the kids up, what am I cooking for tea, God, I didn't pay that bill, all those, it keeps us in our body's in that response. The chemical response is getting ready to do the fight or flight. And when our body is in that state, it can't heal. It can't tend to other things. It can't look after itself. When you can bring yourself into a calm, peaceful place, something called the autonomic nervous system kicks into gear. And that's the thing that sorts out all of your, hormones and your, what's the word I'm looking for? To do with arthritis, reflexology, the immune response calms it all.
Yeah.
So meditation's very, very powerful.
Those of you who were on my Monday show this week, Love Not Fear, will have seen my new co-host, Annie Day. And you'd have heard her tweet, because we live in Stafford, the three of us. And you'd have heard the group that is up, and Annie's helped set up. And Emma does a meditation there most. So if you're living low, come along. It's absolutely brilliant. I love meditations.
Me too. And we've also, so that's on a Tuesday, isn't it? The health hub that we do. And the meditations are at 1:30 on a Tuesday afternoon at the County Staffs Club on Eastgate Street. But you need to get there just before past, about 20 past, because at past really we shut the door because we'll have started. And You don't want to be disturbed, do you, when you're all chilling out meditating? So, yeah.
I missed. Tell us all about what happened yesterday.
So we did.
I missed it. I wasn't there.
I know, such a shame. It was a bit too far out, wasn't it? Really, it's a beautiful place. It's the Orangery at Ingerstry, but it's a little bit far off the beaten track for the bus route, isn't it, Jack? Unfortunately. He said, "Oh, do you think I can walk?" He was like, "Do you think I can walk from the farm shop?" I said, "Oh, it's a good 1.5 miles." No, so no, you didn't make it, but we had a lovely day. We did. There was about 9 of us, and we did something called a mindfulness walk. And basically, we took 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and just first of all settled everybody down, grounded them, just got them to sort of be here now, be present, and then just taking very purposeful, slow steps. And what we said to do was maybe take about 10 to 15 steps and then stop, and then just observe. And that's what it was about. It was about letting all of your senses speak to you. So what could you feel? Could you feel the wind? Could you feel the heat of the sun? Could you hear birds? Could you hear the rustle in the trees? What could you see? You know, some beautiful flowers and beautiful colours, but you know, the textures of the bark on the leaves and on the trees, and just all of it. It was just really lovely. And you start off and you sort of think, this is a bit odd. But by the time we all came back after about half an hour, everybody commented on what a powerful exercise it had been, and just how peaceful they all felt. And just to let thoughts go by. A couple of them said they had to, you know, send a thought back out and say, no, this is my time. But yeah, it was really interesting. And then we had a cup of tea, had a chat, and then we did a meditation, and we went through, I took them out through a rainbow. So it was to do with all the chakras, really, just going through each of the colours. And yeah, again, very powerful. They all had different experiences. And again, it's nice to sit in a circle then and hear what everyone's experienced, because we each get out of it what we need.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. There's another one coming up.
The feed is very important.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I want to know that they're getting something out of it. And if there's a block or they've had a difficulty, you know, we just have to acknowledge it and say, but the more you practice, the easier it will get, literally. A bit like riding a bike.
So what date next month, and how can people join?
I'm just going to look it up. I know I said I'd do that and I didn't. So I think it is the 26th of June. No, it isn't. It's the 16th of June. And it's 10 till 12:30 at Ingerstry Orangery. You can book online via the Orangery website, or you can book online on my Facebook page, which is Emma Louise Celebrant. I think that's all you need to know, really. Oh, and
all links will be down in the
Great, I'll send you some links then for that. I lost you there again for a moment.
So leading on from further one, a whole day one that you're planning.
Yeah, we've just literally sort of got a date for that, and that's July the 21st. And we're going to do a whole day, and we'll start it off with the mindful walk, just to let go of everything that's been going on and just get into a good space. And then we're going to basically we're going to do a dream board workshop. So I'll talk to people about goal setting and intentions, and really about, you know, it's again, meditation and that focus is, where do we want to be? If we're in wherever we are in life, good, bad, or indifferent, if you want to move it on, having a really clear vision of what it is that you want to achieve, it helps. It changes your energy. You know, we're magnets, aren't we? We've got magnetic fields, and I really believe that what we hold well in our vision, in our intention, in our mind, we start to draw those things towards us. So, you know, if you're always stressing out and stressy and angry, you're going to be bumping into stressy, angry people. Whereas if you know, change that mindset, I think you can draw something else in. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that, setting your intentions and affirmations. Then we'll have a bit of lunch, but we'll cut some pictures out to make the dream board, because again, I think seeing it, visualizing, having those images of how you want your life to be really helps. And then we'll do a meditation, and then we will get the glue out and start sticking our pictures onto the dream board. There's one behind me, actually. That's a little one that I made to do with my celebrant business. So that one's got all pictures of weddings, but unusual weddings, because that's the sort of thing I like to do. Don't like standard white weddings, like to be in a woodland.
So that segues in nicely to talking. That segues in nicely talking about your celebrant business.
Yeah, well, they sort of go a little bit hand in hand, in that, you know, a celebrant. So basically what I do is I do ceremonies. I write ceremonies for people, whether that's a wedding ceremony, a hand fasting, a baby naming. I've even done a couple of rites of passage for teenagers, which again is very powerful, and it's something that we've forgotten to do now in our culture, but we used to. All tribes used to do it, you know. So yeah, I write ceremonies, and because I'm not licensed, you know, I don't have to be at a certain venue. You can have your ceremony anywhere with landowners' permission. I've done a wedding on a beach, by a lake, you know, up a mountain, I've done quite a few back garden weddings. And people don't realise that they can do that they have that freedom of choice. We all believe you've got to, I don't know, take your baby to church and get the priest to bless it, and that's the only way to be christened. I mean, it is the only way to be christened, but there's other ways of blessing your family from your heart, and that's what I do with a naming ceremony. And there are other ways of getting married, and hand fasting is a fantastic way to bind and entwine, you know, the love that you have for each other, and it's symbolic. That's what I love about it.
That comes from your Druid tradition.
Yeah, I suppose so, actually. Yeah, the background of that would definitely come from there. I've always, ever since I was really little, and, you know, a proper daydreamer when I was little, and I was a real loner, much happier on my own, playing down the garden with the fairies, talking to, you know, my friends, and loved all the ideas of myth and magic and legend, and that herbs could heal, and, you know, and as I grew older, I realized that actually a lot of that was true. It wasn't story tale for kids. It's a reality that you know, I drew into my life.
The tragedy of our time. The tragedy of our time is kids can naturally see these things, and after having had it brainwashed out of them for years, as adults, we have to learn to see them again.
Yeah, definitely.
Learn it all over again. But it's natural to us when we're children. It's natural to us. I don't see things like that, but I feel them. I can feel the energies of them all around me.
Yeah,
It's not a
definitely.
visual thing, but it's very much a essential thing for me. An awareness, and we
Yeah.
are ultimately aware beings.
Yeah, we're
Part of the
incredible.
second level matrix I was talking about earlier has been to dumb us down and make us less aware.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and again, I just think connecting with that heart space and your own intuition, you know, whether you want to call it your third eye or whatever, but it's that inspiration that comes from being, it's the light of inspiration, you know, bringing that light into your mind, into your heart, feeling that you're connected to yourself, let alone anybody else. You know, we try to have relationships out there. We don't even have a good relationship with ourselves sometimes. So, and I think that's probably where my healing came from, because as a child, I was not a happy kid. So when I left home and I had my first sort of relationships, they didn't work. Well, looking back, I'm not really surprised. You know, I was angry. I wasn't happy whatsoever. So, and yeah, meditation, I found such peace and started to have a relationship with myself. And I think it's so important. And I feel so blessed now because I love my life. It's completely changed, completely transformed from being homeless to having, this beautiful house and I feel very lucky.
Yeah, important to be grateful for what we have, to show gratitude, to feel gratitude. I mean, I've had a very similar journey to yours. I was very much a misfit as a youngster, and became a loner. I got friends, and I decided I was just going to be a loner. And I was a loner for years.
It's easier,
and I
though,
too
isn't it?
went through a period of homelessness. Yeah. And I went through another period of being a loner quite recently, when I spent 10 years on my canal boat and never spoke to anybody.
Yeah,
When I
you said
came back
about
from
that.
Spain. So,
And now look at you. And now look at you
so
again.
it's I say I owe my recovery to two very, very special friends. One who did some inner child work with me, and one who did some shadow work with me. And let me out of my shell this last time, a couple of years ago. So yeah, thank you. Well, no, 1 year ago actually, just over a year. Last April, yeah.
Right.
So thank you very much. Before I was very, very closed off.
So before we close, I just want to thank Emma once more for giving us such a wonderful meditation. Thank you, Emma.
Created especially for us.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah, we owe you a big, huge debt of thanks.
Oh, thank you. Well, like I said to you earlier, thank you for asking me to do it, because I thoroughly enjoyed writing it and really enjoyed speaking the words. And when I spoke the words, I just felt really fizzy and tingling and connected and just, hopeful. We can do this. We've got it. We've just got to stay focused, haven't we? You know, stay focused on the good stuff.
We can. That's what this channel is all about. It's about focusing on what we can actually do, the practical things we can actually do. There's so much fear porn out there. that
yeah.
although we need to be aware of what's wrong in order to have a springboard to create something better, let's not dwell there. Okay, let's dwell on these positive images that Emma's given us this evening of how it can be.
Yeah, I certainly don't dwell there.
Images that I and my guests put before you every week. I'll have the new Earth. So anything with you.
I didn't quite get that, but I presume you said, does anybody want to work with me? If they do, if anyone wants to make any contact with me, the best way to do
if anybody wants to work with
it is to go to Emma Louise Celebrant. You can find me on Facebook, and there's emmalouisecelebrant.co.uk is my website, and yeah, that's where you can find me. And I'm always happy to talk weddings and ceremonies with people. And if anyone wants me to come and do a meditation for a small groups of people, I like to teach meditation to. We can do it in a village hall. We can do it. We've done them up on the chase, take camping chairs and sit in a space on the chase. You know, I'm happy to go and play wherever.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I really, really, really do apologize for the technical quality this week. It's outside of Emma's hands. It's just the way things are. I certainly need a faster computer. Laptop, an 8-1 to the course. But apart from that, I don't think it's going to improve anytime soon. We do our best with what we've got. It's what's in our souls and our hearts that matter. Yeah, set up a crowdfunding thing. That's right. Co-created the new Earth Together as new computer.
Yeah, let's get Jack a new computer. Let's.
We could do. Yeah, we're talking.
You never know, Jack. Let's see if we can maybe do that. We've been talking about doing a bit of crowdfunding in the health group, so I know somebody who knows how to do it. Apparently, let's put that on our list.
Yes, I'm sure you probably do. Doesn't it? Yeah, well, no, that's very much appreciated. Thank you, very much appreciated. When I play these often, they're a lot better than they did last.
Okay.
If not, I may put up a replacement video that I've edited and taken out all of the talking and stuff. So I'll see if I can do that.
Okie dokie.
It's it is what it is, folks. You know, it is what. Special guest next week, my friend Mark Bayowski from Spain, the accidental psychic and healer and a crystal expert. So that'll be well worth a watch. And on Monday, I'm back on the Love Not Fear show, probably with Paul Smith from Nutrient Nirvana. If not with Annie Day again, if she can do it or whatever. But and if any of you want to come on those and talk about if you want to come on and talk about what you're doing to help to make the world a better place, either very, very locally where you live or on a national or international scale or whatever it happens to be, get you on the show. I think that wraps it up for
Cool.
tonight. Thank you very, very much, Emma,
Yeah.
for a wonderful meditation.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, everybody,
for
for
helping
coming.
me do it.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.